Good evening, everyone. Treasure Troller here. Welcome to the ride to work for July 3rd. And we're coming up to the Bear Crossing. Will lightning strike twice? Very doubtful, since it took over 50 years for the first sighting. So today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the new rules that college players can basically receive money for their images and likeness. I don't want to get too much into to me, that's the big issue is going to be the locker room, where the real disparity is going to show between some of the players. But anyways, I thought first I would talk a little bit about some of the players and maybe how things would have been different for them. For instance, Johnny Manziel. I don't think there would have ever been a reason for Johnny Manziel to play in the NFL. And I don't think there would have been a reason for Johnny Manziel to leave college early. I think Manziel could have made millions. And then we have sort of the other side of things, which may have helped out financially for an individual. Another Texas quarterback, Manziel played at A&M. This quarterback played at Texas, Sam Ehlinger, who Sam is from the Austin area. He went to the University of Texas. He started 4 years for the University of Texas. And he just recently was a late round draft pick of the Indianapolis Colts. And I have to think that being a local guy, staying in the area that he grew up in, would have been a real huge bonus financially for, name recognition and everything. That Sam may not have made millions, but financially Sam would have been much better well off when he went into the NFL. So I think he missed out on some money, which sort of brings us to the next type of quarterback. And this goes back a few years. I'm thinking 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, there was a show. You can still see it on YouTube. It's called QB1. I don't know who created it, but year one had two of the main quarterbacks in it. Was Jake Fromm, who went to Georgia, and Tate Martell, who played for Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas. Jake was going to be a Georgia Bulldog from the beginning. Tate Martell was not really sure, and he sort of reminded me a little bit of a Johnny Manziel. He was kind of an undersized quarterback. But anyways, if you read a little bit of Tate's history, he committed and decommitted a number of times before finally ending up at Ohio State. And then the next year of QB1 featured Justin Fields. And Justin decided to go to Georgia. And I'm pretty sure Justin is from Georgia as well. And maybe because Jake Fromm decided to stay another year in college, well, then Justin Fields transferred to Ohio State, which prompted Tate Martell to leave and go to Miami. So with this new found potential riches in college athletics, I wonder if these two guys would have made those transfers. I'm thinking Tate Martell, being from Las Vegas, I know there's not a lot of money in Las Vegas, but Tate Martell, being a local guy living in a a city like Las Vegas, who was, a highly recruited quarterback. And he just went to a college at Ohio State where there was a whole bunch of highly recruited 4- and 5-star athletes. He was just one of many. Had he stayed in Las Vegas and went to, let's say, UNLV, he would have been the only 5- or 4-star player on that team with local ties to Las Vegas. I wonder if with this new financial incentive, and you're looking at name recognition and stuff like that, if UNLV wouldn't have been a better landing spot for Tate, or if he would have stayed there because of that. I mean, maybe Justin Fields would have chosen Georgia Tech, or if he did stay at Georgia, he would have remained at Georgia. I'm wondering if some of these, say, 5-star recruits are going to be willing to, stay closer to home. A 5-star recruit in Tennessee, although he's recruited by Alabama, once again to be one of many, might be the only 5-star recruit at Vanderbilt, and maybe one of 2 or 3 at Tennessee. So I'm wondering if it's sort of, I don't want to say it's going to level the playing field, but it may make some of these more well-known or more highly touted athletes to say home because of the name recognition and maybe the branding. I also think that with the money, although there's not going to be, I think it's going to be more of a gamble for people, for instance, to take on a client like Johnny Manziel as far as going to the NFL. A lot of this started, they give credit to the sneaker guy who could have been Adidas, where he would go to the junior high kids and the summer camps, and be handing out Adidas stuff. So when these kids got into college and got into pros, they signed deals with Adidas. So I'm sort of wondering if the same thing may happen with, the lesser known or the lesser, shall we say, money, bankable athletes. For instance, maybe some of these people, some of these companies, as far as shoes and gear, are going to, the money to me is going to be made with offensive linemen, with their and some of the lesser, especially the linemen, defensive linemen, linebackers, for football anyways, that may not get the name recognition, may not get the Johnny Manziel money, but in the long term, the money is going to be made in the NFL. So they'll scout out the most the linemen with the most potential to make it in the NFL, and they'll sign these guys to deals, and in hopes that they work with their agents once they decide to go to the NFL. But the one thing that I'm really looking forward to seeing, and that's going to be on the women's side. And this may sound a bit sexist, I understand that, but I keep thinking of, let's say it doesn't really matter which sport it is, but I like more of the individuals, but it doesn't matter. You pick the sport. I'll let you pick the sport. Let's just say it's maybe not basketball. I think basketball, the money is going to be made with the I can't think what her name is, like Griner, the 6'9" basketball player, may get attention. But you take, let's say, a track and field runner for any given university. let's say they're a distance runner and they're on the cross country team. They're all conference, they're all American, 2 and 3 years out, one of the most highly touted female distance runners in the country. They may be going into their senior year, looking forward to hitting the professional ranks. They're making a little bit of money on this likeness and stuff, but then there's an incoming freshman that looks like she just walked off the runway of a Victoria's Secret's underwear show. She's just stunning. Who do you think's going to get the money? The proven and winning senior, or the complete knockout of a incoming freshman? Now, she may have have the skills to run on the cross country team and on the track team, but they may be signing her for her legs, but not because her legs are the fastest ones in the country. So I'm waiting for that to happen. I think that, like I said, that's going to be the only way it goes, unless you're sort of a freak of nature. And I think that's the way it's going to be with the minor sports at college. The hockey players, or the guys on the lacrosse team or whatever, if they have the rugged good looks and are the face of a model, well, they're going to get paid. The rest of you, go home and do your homework. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all works out. I always thought, to me, the way to solve it was anybody that was on the athletics teams should have been considered work study, and they should have been paid X number of dollars for, if they want to say football or was 30 hours a week or 25 hours a week, they should have been paid a weekly paycheck of whatever it is an hour for the 30 hours. Same for all the other athletes. Everybody got paid the same. Everybody could go to the restaurant and buy their pizza. Yeah, are they making money off their name? No. But at least everybody in the locker room is making the same amount of money. So my solution would have been some sort of work study payment built into the scholarships or built into the athletic program. So with that, this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.